Welcome to the Heavy Blend. We are an independent project born right here in Italy, and we are dedicated to giving you a really in-depth look at a rock or heavy metal album.
We do that by pulling from a whole bunch of public sources from the specialized press.
Right.
Our team selects them, synthesizes them.
Exactly. And yeah, we use the latest AI tools to help with some of the processing, but let's be clear. Every single decision, the source selection, the prompt development, the final video editing, that's all done by people. People with years and years of experience in the music business.
Today, our deep dive is focusing on an Italian hard rock band that's making a massive statement about their international intentions. We're talking about the 2025 album Rebirth by Nastyville.
Okay, but before we really get into it, we have to take a moment and talk directly to you, our listeners. We heard your feedback loud and clear.
We did.
You asked for more international sources in our deep dives, and, listening to our audience is absolutely paramount for us. We want to give you the most complete picture possible.
Absolutely. So for this analysis, we didn't just stick to our usual fantastic Italian webzines like TrueMetal.ed or Italia di Metallo and In Your Eyes zine.
Right.
We went global. We're contrasting those views directly with the UK site, Metal Gods TV, and we also pulled some great insights from Rock Report over in Belgium. That kind of cross-section is, it's vital when a band is aiming beyond its home country.
And just a quick reminder for everyone, connecting you, the audience, directly with the artists is our #1 mission. So if you're watching the video version of this, the QR code to visit the band's Facebook page is right there on the screen. Go check them out.
So our mission today is pretty much laid out by the album title itself, Rebirth. We need to figure out what exactly has been reborn here. Is it just their sound?
Or is it something deeper, like the stability of the band itself?
Or is this whole thing just a big declaration of their international ambitions? Let's find out.
Okay, let's unpack this. I think we need to start with the context for this whole Rebirth idea. I mean, this isn't a new band. They've been around.
Not at all. They were founded way back in 2012 by David Wiesen and Danny Boy. And Rebirth is their 4th full-length album. It follows releases in 2015, 2017, and 2022.
That history is so important because it gives real weight to a title like Rebirth.
It does. And Italia di Metallo really highlighted this. Nastyville has, cycled through a huge number of lineup changes over the years.
Which is pretty common in hard rock, but it can kill momentum.
Exactly. So if the history is all about shifting members, then the meaning of the title Rebirth becomes crystal clear.
Right.
The true foundation for this whole renaissance, the why behind the title, is the stability they finally found about 2 years ago.
Okay, so the current lineup is solid.
It's solid and cohesive. You've got Mark Lee on vocals, Dave Wild and Chris Dega on guitars, the Horv on bass, and Chris Tabit on drums. That consistent foundation is the first step you have to take before you can even think about redefining your sound.
That makes perfect sense. So a stable lineup is the platform. But the sound evolution, that's the transformation. And when we talk about the sound, we absolutely have to talk about the production quality. All the Italian reviews were just raving about it.
We have to pause here and mention Alessandro Del Vecchio. We have to. Italia di Metallo does not mince words on this. They basically say when he gets involved,
the result is guaranteed.
That's the phrase they used, guaranteed. And for listeners who maybe don't follow the European hard rock scene that closely, Del Vecchio is. He is the guy. The go-to producer for a massive, commercial, but still powerful sound. He basically defines that modern European rock template.
Okay, so if he's the guarantee, what was the technical challenge here? Because the band's known for a dirty and direct rock and roll attitude. How do you square dirty with the kind of polish Del Vecchio brings? Isn't that a contradiction?
That is the crucial balance he struck. The sources all confirm that the album keeps that original dirty and direct attitude, but it's delivered with a sound that is modern, curated, and just. Perfectly balanced.
So the guitars are still huge, but everything has its own space.
Exactly. The drums punch through, the vocals and bass have real definition. It takes all that grit and just straps a professional jet engine to it.
True metal. It really backs this up, this idea of blending old and new. They call Rebirth a powerful declaration of intent, and I think this is key, a bridge between past and future. That implies the songwriting itself has gotten more sophisticated to match.
And if you connect that new sophistication to the album's goal, true metal, it says the mission is the ambitious objective of redefining the boundaries of rock, contaminating it with new sounds. It's an explicit goal. They want to evolve.
This is where it gets really interesting for me, because that goal redefining boundaries means they had to pull off a perfect genre fusion. They started out as an Italian glam and sleaze band, but the reviews all show they've embraced some seriously heavy elements now.
And the international press confirms this completely. Metal Gods TV from the UK just nails it. They describe the sound as melding good old glam and sleaze rock
Yeah.
with a heavy-hitting and thunderous slab of hard rock with the occasional metal injection. It's a very deliberate sonic tightrope walk.
You can almost trace that tightrope walk just by looking at specific tracks. If you want that pure, uncut, foundational sleaze, the sources all point to one song.
6 o'clock.
Lexicon. And this is where their core identity just shines. Italia de Metallo calls it the perfect manifesto of their original glam attitude.
Yay.
And Metal Gods TV gets really specific about the nostalgia, calling it the most glam, sleazy rocker on Rebirth. They connect it directly back to the mid-'80s sleaze metal sound. We're talking Mötley Crüe, Poison, Rat. It's all about the attitude.
But they don't just stay there in the, hairspray and leather.
Yeah.
They pivot hard to appeal to the metalers, as the UK source puts it.
Right.
You have to contrast that sleazy vibe with the pure metal you find in a track like Yellow School Bus.
Yellow School Bus is the moment they prove they're serious about the heavy-hitting part. Metal Gods TV points out that this track has the iconic metal gallop.
And for listeners, that's that really distinctive rhythm, the one you associate with bands like Iron Maiden. It just drives the song with speed and power. It is fundamentally harder and tougher than anything else on the record.
So they're successfully walking that line between rock and metal. They're delivering both like pure party glam and punishing speed. It's like they're building an anthem factory.
An anthem factory is a great way to put it. Look at the early singles, the ones designed for maximum impact. Power to the People is described by Metal Gods TV as just bombastic, with a massive sing-along chorus and a real melodic rock swagger. It's built for arenas.
And then you've got Rocking Through the Night. Italia de Metallo calls this one a perfect mix of potency, groove, and melody. That combination, potency and melody, that's the magic formula for an anthem.
And they added a wonderful little reference there, saying the track reminded them of a group with Guns N' Roses in the moniker.
That's a huge comparison.
It is, but it tells you they're hitting that balance of hard rock edge with mainstream melodic appeal.
Okay, so let's move from that core sound to some of the more surprising turns, the nomad tendencies, as some have called it. This album isn't afraid to take some detours.
Which is a testament to that stability and confidence we were talking about earlier.
The journey really starts with the opener itself, the journey of rebirth. Italia de Metallo describes it as this sophisticated, anticipation-building instrumental. It's under 2 minutes long.
Yeah, it's just this guitar intro that grows and then just explodes. It's a statement. It says, hey, we're not just going to jump into the first riff. We're taking you somewhere.
And of course, every good hard rock album needs its softer moment, the obligatory power ballad. In this case, it's the track Miss You. But the question always is, does it fall into that trap of just being tedious?
Well, Italia de Metallo suggests they deliver it with enough energy to avoid being tedious.
Which sounds a little like a backhanded compliment, but it's a tough thing to pull off.
It is. And the execution saves it. Metal Gods TV notes that while it starts like a typical ballad, the band quickly gets back to their punchy rock roots. They turn it into a meld of power balladry and hard rock. They just refuse to let the energy drop completely.
But the single biggest twist, the one that must have taken the most guts, is the cover of Sia's 2016 pop hit, Unstoppable.
A massive risk.
Huge! I mean, a glam and sleaze band covering contemporary chart pop. How did they manage that without alienating their entire fan base?
This is a perfect example of their mission to contaminate rock with new sounds. They didn't just cover it, they completely made it their own. Metal Gods TV was just genuinely blown away. They noted Nastyville's version is an incredible 2 minutes longer than the original.
2 minutes longer.
Yeah, because they rebuilt it from the ground up to fit their bombastic rock style.
Yeah.
They did it so well you'd swear it was a Nastyville original.
That really is the ultimate compliment for a cover song.
It is. Italia de Metallo called the cover superlative and confirmed they reinterpreted it with the band's feel without, totally distorting the original song. Even Rock Report in Belgium recognized the maturity it took to pull that off. It shows real musical vision.
Okay, so we've covered the stable lineup, the sophisticated production, the sound that blends glam, metal, and even pop covers. Let's get to the final verdict. Where does this rebirth leave them?
Well, the consensus across all the sources is overwhelmingly positive. The rating numbers are a bit different, but the sentiment is the same. Metal Gods TV gave it a staggering 9.5 out of 10. They called the album immensely infectious and highly attractive to a global audience.
And True Metal did.
They work on a different scale. They give it a 70 out of 100, but their written analysis really focused on the sophisticated songwriting and the band's commitment to evolving their sound.
And the Italian press really brings it home, confirming this isn't just a great album, it's a huge moment for the whole scene.
Absolutely. Italia di Metallo says it flat out. 2025 is a phenomenal year for Italian hard rock, and Nastyville is right at the center of it with one of the best releases of the year.
And that quality isn't just in the studio, right? Their live show is a huge part of this international push.
It has to be. In your eyes, Essene confirms their great technique and capacity to keep the stage. They promise that seeing them live is a real experience. You need a great touring band to back up a great album.
And the proof is in the pudding, as they say. I mean, their touring schedule screams international ambition. The album is ready for an international breath.
For sure. They've already played major Italian festivals like Lupolo and Rock and Wondergate. But look at what's coming up. They're supporting huge names like Gus G and Ronnie Romero across Italy.
Rome, Bologna, Bergamo.
Right. And then immediately after that, they launch into 5 dates across Eastern Europe supporting the legendary German band Bonfire. They're hitting Slovenia, Slovakia, Austria. These aren't just local gigs. These are strategic moves to introduce the new Nastyville to the wider European market.
So, what does it all mean? The verdict seems pretty clear and sharp. Rebirth isn't just a cool album title. It is a full-blown statement of purpose.
It is. It represents lineup stability, it represents sophisticated modern production with global appeal, and a successful, infectious fusion of their sleaze glam roots with real heavy metal power.
This album positions Nastyville as a major contender, ready to take on the international hard rock stage.
The evidence across the Italian, Belgian, and UK press is just overwhelming. This band has achieved its rebirth, and they are ready for prime time.
So now it's over to you, the listener. It's time to weigh in. Given the band's nomad tendencies, bouncing between glam, hard rock, and metal, we have 3 questions for you to think about.
First, which specific song do you think best captures the true essence of this rebirth? Is it the sleaze of Sex O'Clock, the metal gallop of Yellow School Bus, or maybe the anthemic groove of Rocking Through the Night? Which one really defines them now?
Second question. They took that huge risk covering Sia's Unstoppable, and it paid off big time. So given their ability to rock up the unexpected, what other massive contemporary pop song would you want to hear Nastyville cover next?
And finally, a broader question. If this album proves that Italian hard rock is ready for the international stage, that it's ready to tour across Europe, which other Italian band do you think should be headlining or supporting major European tours right now?
Leave a comment and let us know what you think. And if you found this interesting, if you learned something new, please share this deep dive. For the whole team here at The Heavy Blend, the sharing of a passion between people is so much more important than the number of subscribers or followers. Until the next blend, keep rockin'.